Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Get cozy, because today we're diving headfirst into the dark side of the most wonderful time of year. While most of us cherish Christmas as a time of warmth and celebration, for some, the holiday season has taken a sinister twist. In today's video, we'll uncover chilling stories of killers who turned Christmas into a nightmare. So grab your hot cocoa, make sure you've got some Christmas cookies, because we're about to explore the dark side of this festive season. Viewer discretion is advised. Our first chilling tale takes us to the sunny streets of Covina, California on Christmas Eve 2008. Imagine, families are gathered, carols are playing, and the aroma of gingerbread is in the air. It's a picture-perfect Christmas Eve, right? Well, not for everyone. The last thing anyone expected was a knock on the door that would turn their Christmas Eve into a scene straight out of a horror movie. At the center of this horrifying story is Bruce Pardo, a man fueled by anger and resentment towards his ex-wife and her family. Can you imagine the rage consuming him? The holidays can be tough, especially after a separation, but Bruce's anger festered into something truly sinister. On that fateful night, dressed as Santa Claus, a symbol of joy twisted into a harbinger of doom, Bruce approached his ex-wife's family home. Underneath that jolly facade was a heart filled with malice and a plan for gruesome revenge. Picture this: families laughing, exchanging gifts, completely unaware of the evil lurking just outside their door. Bruce, disguised as the jolly old elf himself, knocked, and when the door swung open, he unleashed a torrent of bullets, forever shattering the festive cheer. He was armed not only with firearms, but also with homemade explosive devices, turning the season of giving into a night of absolute terror. Bruce moved through the house methodically, his targets, his former in-laws, chosen with chilling precision. As flames engulfed the house, Bruce, consumed by his own twisted vendetta, fled into the night, leaving behind a trail of devastation and heartbreak. This wasn't just a crime of passion, it was a meticulously planned massacre, an act of calculated cruelty that shocked the community to its core. The fire department, sirens wailing, raced to extinguish the inferno, hoping against hope that someone, anyone, had survived Bruce's rampage. But as the smoke cleared and the ashes settled, the true extent of Bruce's horrific act became tragically clear. 9 innocent lives gone in an instant. The community was left reeling, grappling with the unimaginable grief of losing loved ones in such a horrific manner. The joyous Christmas lights that once illuminated Covina now reflected the somber mood of a community forever scarred by tragedy. In the wake of the massacre, authorities worked tirelessly to piece together the events of that dreadful night and uncover the depths of Bruce's rage. What they discovered painted a picture of a man consumed by anger, resentment, and a desire for revenge that knew no bounds. Bruce, the man who once donned the red suit and brought smiles to children's faces, had transformed into a monster, forever etching his name into the annals of Christmas crime history. The Covina Christmas Massacre serves as a chilling reminder that darkness can lurk beneath the surface, even during the most wonderful time of year. The festive season, meant to be a time of joy and togetherness, was forever tainted by this act of unspeakable violence, leaving behind a community grappling with grief and searching for answers amidst the ruins of a Christmas Eve turned nightmare. Our next chilling tale takes us back to the neon-drenched synth-pop era of 1980s Texas. Picture this: shopping malls buzzing with last-minute shoppers, Christmas carols echoing through the air, and amidst the festive chaos, a predator lurked, hiding in plain sight. This wasn't your average Grinch. This was the Santa Claus Strangler, a figure as twisted as a string of broken Christmas lights. This case, my friends, is a real head-scratcher, filled with twists and turns that'll leave you sleeping with the lights on. This sinister Santa used the festive season as his hunting ground, preying on the vulnerable, those caught up in the hustle and bustle of the holidays. He'd blend in seamlessly with the throngs of Santas, his true intentions masked by a fake beard and a sack full of twisted desires. Imagine, you're strolling through the mall, humming along to Jingle Bells when you lock eyes with Santa. He flashes you a warm smile, his eyes twinkling with what you think is holiday cheer. But behind that facade, a sinister plan is brewing. This Santa, he wasn't about leaving presents under the tree. He was delivering a one-way ticket to an icy grave. His victims, often lonely souls seeking connection during the holidays, were lured in by his charm and seemingly harmless demeanor. He'd offer a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, maybe even a helping hand with those heavy shopping bags. He knew exactly what buttons to push, how to exploit the vulnerabilities of the season. But once he had their trust, he'd strike, strangling the life out of them, leaving their bodies discarded like unwanted Christmas gifts. The Santa Claus Strangler became a terrifying urban legend, a boogeyman whispered about in hushed tones. Fear gripped the Lone Star State, casting a pall over the holiday season. Parents clutched their children a little tighter, suspicious of every Santa they encountered. The police were baffled. The killer was a phantom, striking with seemingly no pattern, leaving behind little to no evidence. It was like trying to catch a snowflake in a blizzard. Every time they thought they were close, he'd vanish, disappearing into the festive crowds like a ghost in the night. Years turned into a decade, and the case went cold, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of the holiday season. The Santa Claus Strangler became a chilling ghost story, a cautionary tale whispered around fireplaces, a reminder that even during the most wonderful time of year, evil could be lurking just around the corner. Was he ever caught? Well, that's where this story gets even more unsettling. Years later, authorities linked a man to several of the murders, but many questions remain unanswered. Was he truly the infamous Santa Claus Strangler? Or was he just a pawn in a much larger, more sinister game? The Santa Claus Strangler case serves as a chilling reminder that even in the most festive and joyous of times, darkness can lurk, preying on the vulnerable and leaving a trail of unanswered questions in its wake. Chapter 3. The Cabin Christmas Killer. Our final chilling tale takes us deep into the snow-covered wilderness of Colorado. Imagine, a cozy cabin nestled amidst towering pines, the air crisp and silent, snowflakes falling softly on the ground. It sounds like the perfect setting for a peaceful Christmas getaway, right? But for one couple, this winter wonderland would become a scene of unimaginable horror. Let's meet our ill-fated couple, shall we? They were head over heels in love, eager to escape the city's holiday frenzy and create some cherished Christmas memories. They packed their bags, loaded up their car with presents and enough hot cocoa to last through a blizzard, and headed for their secluded cabin in the woods. Their friend, let's call him Mark, was supposed to join them a few days later for a festive New Year's Eve celebration. He envisioned cozy nights by the fire, sharing stories and laughter, maybe even a snowball fight or two. Little did he know, he'd be walking into a nightmare. As Mark approached the cabin, a sense of unease washed over him. The once welcoming glow of Christmas lights was gone, replaced by an eerie silence that hung heavy in the air. He knocked, his heart pounding in his chest, but there was no answer. He cautiously turned the doorknob, and as he stepped inside, he was met with a scene that sent shivers down his spine. The once festive cabin was now shrouded in an unsettling stillness. Christmas decorations lay scattered, half-eaten meals sat on the table, and a sense of dread permeated the air. Mark called out for his friends, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and hope. But the only response was the echo of his own voice bouncing off the wooden walls. He searched frantically, his heart sinking with each passing moment. Then, he stumbled upon a sight that made his blood run cold. There, in the middle of the living room floor, lay his friends, their lifeless eyes staring blankly at the ceiling. The festive cheer that once filled the cabin was replaced with an icy grip of horror. The police arrived, their breath forming clouds in the frigid air as they surveyed the gruesome scene. The couple had been brutally murdered, their bodies bearing signs of a struggle. But what truly sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned detectives were the strange symbols etched into the snow outside the cabin. These weren't your typical holiday decorations. These symbols were ancient, cryptic, and eerily similar to markings found at other unsolved murder scenes in the area. It seemed they were dealing with a killer who had a penchant for the macabre and a twisted connection to the holiday season. The investigation kicked into high gear, but the killer, like a ghost in the winter night, seemed to vanish into thin air. Rumors swirled like snowflakes in a blizzard. Some whispered of ancient curses, while others spoke of a shadowy figure lurking in the woods, preying on unsuspecting holiday travelers. To this day, the case remains unsolved, a chilling reminder that even in the most picturesque of settings, evil can lurk, turning a season of joy into a time of terror. The cabin Christmas killer continues to haunt the Colorado wilderness, a shadowy figure forever linked to the darkest side of the holiday season. Christmas is a time for love and giving, but these horrifying stories remind us that darkness can lurk even during the brightest moments of the year. Which of these chilling tales did you find most unsettling? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more true crime stories. Stay safe, stay spooky, and have a very eerie holiday season.